Hey y'all, hey. This is Brandy Fox with Be the Entrepreneur Consultant Agency coming back another Wednesday with my girl Ashley Jeffers. We are super excited to come back another week just to kind of build on last week's live talking about real estate and entrepreneurship. As we already know, real estate is one of the top ways to diversify your revenue, your business model, so on and so forth. So, our goal going into 2024 is to really tap into how to support entrepreneurs who are looking to get into real estate investing. A little bit about me. I am a serial entrepreneur with 12 years of experience. I also own 6 brands here in the Charlotte, North Carolina metro area. I love entrepreneurship. I love teaching people about entrepreneurship, and my specialty is business plans, business funding, prep services, and startup support for entrepreneurs between the years of 0 and 2 years. So if you fit in that category, make sure you stay tuned. We're going to be dropping our information on how you can connect with us afterwards. Ashley, tell them a little bit about you.
What's going on, everybody? I have been a real estate investor for the last 5 years. I started off with wholesaling, and then I started buying buy and hold, so buying rental properties, so fix it up, put in a tenant, cash flow it. So for the last 5 years, that has been my primary focus this year or going into next year. Focused on building my mentorship program so that I can teach others how to invest in real estate and generate the passive cash flow and build generational wealth, build right now wealth, which is more so what I'm focused on. The generational wealth will come later. So I'm excited tonight. Happy to be with my girl Brandy once again. Tonight, as part of our series on the business of real estate investing, we're going to be focused on maintaining an entrepreneurial mindset in real estate. So I'll go ahead and get to our event that's coming up. Super excited about our event that's coming up. So we'll probably mention this more than once on this live, just so you can get it on your calendar. So January the 28th, here in Charlotte from 12 to 2, we are having an event at TD Bank on Wilkerson Boulevard entitled The Business of Real Estate Investing. So myself, Brandy, and the good folks over at TD Bank are collaborating. I'll be talking about why you need funding for real estate investing, what types of funding will help you along your real estate investing journey. Brandy's going to be talking about building a firm business foundation. So establishing your business in the state where you live, establishing your EIN number, getting all of those pieces together to make sure that you're not only getting the you're not only focused on the education of real estate investing, but you're also focused on making sure your business is properly set up. So without further ado, let's hop into this conversation about an entrepreneurial mindset. So we're going to hit 5 points tonight, and me and Brandy are just going to kind of go back and forth on our thoughts from a real estate investing standpoint to a business standpoint. So one of the places that I wanted to start was when we talk about mindset. I'm sure we've heard. First of all, I get it. Mindset, very cliche in the entrepreneurial world. You have to have the right mindset, but it really is that important. That's why it keeps getting mentioned over and over and over again. So as far as the mindset that we want to maintain is an abundance mindset. So there's abundance, and then there's a scarcity mindset. So one of the quotes that I ran across when I was preparing for this evening was, "The mind is everything. What you think is what you become." And that is so true. We have to get in the habit as entrepreneurs as training our minds to think abundantly. So that will carry us through all of the ups and downs that come with the business that we're in. So I wanted to share somewhat of a definition. So basically, the abundance mindset is to believe that the world is full of enough resources and time for you to accomplish your goals. And a scarcity mindset is just the opposite. A scarcity mindset, you don't think there's enough for you. You don't think that there is anything for you. Some people think that, they're just here to exist and not thrive. So an abundance mindset is really important when you start to think about um, moving along your entrepreneurial journey, and knowing, not just, there's, it's an idea, but knowing and embracing that there is enough for you out in this world, so that you can live the lifestyle that you want to live, a healthy and an abundant lifestyle. So, Brandy, any thoughts on when you think about your entrepreneurial journey and times where you found yourself in a tight place for whatever reason, difficult client, money running short, like whatever the case may be, like all these different reasons that the universe throws you that are telling you you should give up. Can you give us a kind of an idea of how you approach the mindset that you need when you're faced with tough challenges?
Definitely. As we know, entrepreneurship itself is a full challenge. From thinking of your idea to actually taking that idea and making it a profitable business model is one of the hardest, most insanest things I've definitely ever done in my life. With that being said, I would definitely say mindset is key. My dad and my mom, they're real big advocates, and they taught me a lot of lessons growing up that I was able to use in entrepreneurship. For my dad, his number one thing is can't is not. And you can't. We couldn't even say can't. Can't was not an option. So can't do something. Can't. You busting the track. You run about a mile on that track for saying can't. So we learned quickly how not to say can't. My mom, she taught me resiliency, the ability for something bad to happen and my ability to be able to bounce back from that. So I can say, when it comes to me, I try to keep those two things on the forefront. I literally use all learning experiences that I've had, not even just during my 12 years of entrepreneurship, but really since I was a kid. All those building blocks, those are things that keep you on a straight and narrow when you're going into entrepreneurship. A lot of times, your work ethic in school or at other jobs before you become an entrepreneur, these are all the things that shape your mindset. And I would say, lastly, keeping myself in a position to always see positivity in the things that I look at. So, for example, my Facebook, my Instagram, I'm seeing a lot. I'm a Christian, so I'm seeing sermons, I'm hearing music. I'm a music lover, and I'm also always seeing entrepreneur quotes. Anytime I see a hashtag entrepreneur motivation, quotes, all those things, those are things that I'm seeing consistently, maybe 10 posts per scroll. But I love it because it kind of lets me know when I see posts on social media, it lets me know that I'm not the only one.
Mm.
And a lot of things fall apart when you try to handle it in silence and alone. And I'm about to say that's what the devil wants you to do, baby. I was about to go into a whole sermon.
Go ahead.
That's
Go
me
ahead. I ain't
exactly.
stopping.
About to transition it. But no, but that is the worst time. So when I see those things, when I see things like, if even when you don't feel like doing it, still do it. When I see quotes like that got me out of bed today. I was hanging out till like 11 and I was like, I gotta get out of bed. Even though I'm on break, I gotta get out the bed. And that quote popped in my head from something I seen scrolled on Instagram. And you know what I did? I rolled out, made up my bed, and I got started with my work day. So it keeps you pushing in times where you don't feel like you can.
Yeah, for sure. It's a healthy way of thinking. When you shift your mind and consistently think and know that there is there is more than enough resources in this world. There is more than enough of what you need in this world, meant for just for you. We're gonna um, so we're gonna shift into the next point. But as far as abundance mindset goes, I will leave you with what I have posted on my wall to keep my mind. One of the things that keeps my mind focused on abundance and knowing that there is not anything that I cannot have in this world. That I also Christian, that God is in this world. It all belongs to Him, and as long as I am focused on what He would have me to do, then the things that I want that will serve me in an abundant way, they are there for me. So on my wall, I have written over or typed written over and over and over again, real estate deals come to me easily, frequently, and abundantly. So you can fill the word real estate or replace the words real estate deals with anything. Money comes to me easily, frequently, and abundantly. Great business deals come to me easily, frequently, and abundantly. So once you start to train your mind into knowing that you can live an abundant life and you will lack for nothing, that will serve you well in entrepreneurship, whether it's real estate investing or anything else, because their challenges are going to come. But if you know that the challenges only come to make me stronger, the challenges don't come to stop me from getting to what is meant for me. So the next point, when it comes to maintaining an entrepreneurial mindset, one of the things that's going to help you to maintain the proper mindset is the environment that you're in. One of those yet another kind of cliche type saying is that you are a product of your environment. It is the truth. I think that I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina. I've lived in Charlotte, North Carolina for 16 years. I think that moving out of my hometown has made the difference in my success as an entrepreneur for the better. I don't dislike Greensboro. Like, I love Greensboro. That's always going to be home. But there's something to be said about coming out of your comfort zone or that environment that you're used to being in and moving to a different environment where you're exposed to things that you would otherwise not be exposed to in your at your home base, if you will. So environment, you are a product of your environment. So if you are, an environment not only means geographically, but it also means the people that you're surrounded by. Um, you know, there's family. You have family, you have friends, but everybody's not on the same journey that you're on. So if you're the, smartest one in your circle of 5 friends, then it's time to find a new circle of influence. Not leave those friends behind, but make sure you're surrounding yourself with the right group of people that is feeding into you in a way that is helping you reach your goals. Because if we're talking about the same things that we were talking about 20 years ago in terms of just this is just what we talk about, then that's not going to grow us, right? That's not going to help us in our journeys as we try to reach those entrepreneurial goals that we set for ourselves along the way. So Brandy, any thoughts on environment? Like, if you had any experience with moving from one environment to the next, whether it has had to do with where you physically live or the people that you surround yourself by?
Definitely. I would say that for me, I've always been good with maintaining a great environment, or at least good people around me. So that hasn't been that bad. But I would say when it comes to business, I really struggle with what you talked about being the smartest person when it comes to business in my circle. Everybody know me, they know I stay in my bucket. I know entrepreneurship, and that's kind of where I hang out at. But I would say that over the past 11 years out of my 12 years, I've always felt like in my group of friends, my group of people, I was always the person that knew the most. Like, if anybody had a question, they was asking me. They was coming to me consistently. And I realized, and I looked around, I'm like, dang, I'm like, it's nothing, and not saying that I give to receive all the time, but when it was time for me to elevate or take the next level, or even me like expanding my massage business from Charlotte to Greensboro, business expansion, this is a whole different area for me. You know what I'm saying? And it was nobody in my circle that I can reach out to and be like, hey, what's the best process on expanding my business into a new area? So when I started looking at where I was in my business and where I was looking to take my business is 2024, I made on my 2023 goal list that a priority of mine was going to be to diversify my circles. And by diversifying my circles, for me, that looked like I've joined a couple of beneficial women entrepreneur groups. So Black Women Invest. I was excited about joining that group because they teach about investing in real estate, any type of thing outside of business that you can invest in to grow, to diversify your portfolio. They teach you. So going into this group, listen to these lives with these ladies that I have nothing about, that I know about stuff that I know nothing about, is exciting for me. So that is going to actually be my ongoing goal, is to rearrange the rooms I'm in. I'm trying to be in the rooms with the investors that's dropping millions, not the $10,000 investors. Not saying we don't appreciate y'all, because we love y'all, but taking it up. A 10,000 investment, it won't do as much for me now where I'm at. But if I'm in the room with a bunch of millionaires, that's where I need to be at, because that's where I'm trying to be at. So for me, even after 12 years of being in the game, I'm still diversifying and focusing on what groups, and I'm being selective. Real quick, be selective in these groups. A
Mhm.
lot of y'all just want business besties. If I see a business bestie post one more time, we ain't in business to be friends, baby. We ain't. I mean, we can be, and you do create those type of relationships. But at the end of the day, we in business, number one, for a purpose, to serve a purpose, and secondly, to make money. So business besties, all those type of things, make sure you spending time in environments that are going to grow your business. I'm
Right.
not going to follow a group or pay a membership for a group where I don't see value just because it look cool, or just because the girls, the people that's in business are in it. Make sure you evaluating and doing your research to make sure that anything you invest in your money in, especially time though, because you can't get the time back. Your money you can make back, but anything you invest in your time in, just make sure that it's worth it on the back end as you're working on diversifying your groups and expanding them to grow your business model.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So as far as environment for me is concerned, so real estate, there's so many different areas of focus under the real estate investing umbrella. So when I first started out 5 years ago, I was spending a lot of my time focused on learning about wholesaling real estate. Well, that's just one part of it. That's not even a discipline really. It's an exit strategy. But the rooms that I was in, there were it was investors or individuals that have turned wholesaling into a full-fledged business, and that's their primary focus. Wholesaling real estate is a high-paid full-time job. So the more I learned, the more I knew that I needed to get out of that one environment and get into other um, rooms where they're talking about creative financing, where they're talking about fix and flips, they're talking about investing in commercial, they're talking about investing in um, mobile home parks and so many different areas of real estate investing. So I started to branch out in that way and going to different conferences beyond just wholesaling real estate conferences, um, and going to networking events where I'm the only one that looks like me in the room. So there's something to be said about getting out of your comfort zone and getting around people that are older than you, a different race than you, to understand what they do, how they operate in business, what their goals are, what they're striving for. It will change your outlook in for the better in terms of, oh, I didn't even know that was possible, when you hear individuals talk about the different things that they're working towards or the different areas of business that they're in. It's like, oh, I didn't even know about that. Like, you can own, I hadn't even thought about owning a laundromat or a car wash or storage units. Now that I know about these things being possibilities, I can now incorporate that into what my goals are and understand that there's more to it than just one piece of one part of real estate investing. Um, so Brady, I'm gonna let you lead this one more so than me uh, leading us off on this one. So when it
I'm ready,
comes to
girl.
okay, when it comes to an entrepreneurial mindset, girl, tell us the benefits of exercising on a regular basis and eating healthy on a regular basis. Take it away, sis.
I got you. So not back in the day, but at one point I was 305 pounds. Definitely a transitional time for me, stressful time for me. And a lot of people think that your health and wellness, not even your weight, but your health and wellness does not affect your business model. But I did some research and I realized, well, I learned that 100% of self-made millionaires in the United States have a regular workout routine.
Mm.
Every day, not every day, but I would say at least 3 times a week. That's what the study was on. These entrepreneurs are working out. So as I'm moving to my goal of, creating $1 million portfolio, my goal was to research people who were getting that, who had that. And when I saw that, health and wellness and all those type of things was a key thing that these people put down as a reason for their success, I was like, okay, I need to tap in. So from there, I started changing my lifestyle, and I did it. I lost 100 pounds, and it took me 18 months, but I did it regular. And it's getting. I think the biggest thing is consistency, because entrepreneurship is consistency, and having a healthy lifestyle, that is consistency as well. So I felt like, for me, I'm like, if I could train myself to make sure I eat 1,500 calories or less of protein, no low carbs, but protein, my 5 groups, fruits, veggies, all that stuff. I'm like, if I can do that every day, if I can discipline myself to work out 5 times a week, if I could do this, then I can definitely put that same type of devotion and consistency in my business. Also, outside of the mental growth that it gave me and being consistent in what I do, it's also the physical. I felt better. Of course, losing 100 pounds, baby, you couldn't tell me. I mean, I felt good at 305. Don't get me wrong, but 100, baby, you couldn't tell me nothing. So my confidence, I even felt myself when I went into rooms, when I'm meeting with these execs, when I'm trying to get these contracts, a different type of confidence. And I felt like people looked at me differently as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a different type of respect. Not saying being plus size or bigger does not issue these things. I'm just telling y'all about kind of the transitional things that I witnessed through my transition. But I definitely seen I feel like it was a different approach, how people connected with me, the contracts I was able to get. It's so weird. I feel like a lot of things locked in once I dropped weight. Then on top of that, lastly, I would say stamina. Working out every day, eating right, all that stuff. At that time I was at my grind state. So I was working 18 hours every day, guaranteed. Like, I literally, what year is this?
2023.
Yeah, so from 2016 to June 2023 of this year, I was literally pulling in 18 work hours. Running multiple businesses, it definitely takes that. But it's no way I would have been able to do that at my 305, eating at Golden Corral and any buffet you can think of. It's no way I could have made it. So I would say getting to a healthy workout regimen and all that stuff, it allows you to really fix yourself on a holistic level, mentally, for mental capacity and duration, physically, making you look good, feel more confident when you're delivering your business model, and also emotionally, just making me feel more confident in myself and my ability to be not only a great entrepreneur, but a great mom, friend, partner, so on and so forth. So if you ain't got no workout regimen and you trying to be an entrepreneur, you definitely need to throw something on the books. It's going to make you better. I promise.
For sure. Drop your Facebook group where you where you go live and you update daily about the physical activity that you're getting into and your healthy eating ideas. What's the name of the Facebook?
Yes, it is the 30-day challengers. I'm putting it on here. If you go on Facebook and search 30-day challengers, it'll pop up. But I started this group 5 years ago, I think, when I first went on my weight loss journey to lose 100 pounds, because I knew that outside of the gym, I needed accountability. I needed a community of people that was on the same goals as I was. So we grew the group to, I grew the group to about 460 people. And I rebooted it back up in October. So if you are somebody that's looking for an easy way to get into a healthier lifestyle, my group is amazing. It's free, no payment. We just post our progress, post monthly challenges, and post tips to make sure that you stay on track.
Good stuff. Yeah, so definitely a secret weapon for entrepreneurs to take care of our bodies. Healthy body, healthy mind, healthy spirit is all intertwined. It all works together. So pause for the calls real quick, just to mention, Brandy and I are having an event January the 28th from 12 to 2 at TD Bank in Charlotte on Wilkerson Boulevard, so 3310 Wilkerson Boulevard. The name of the event is The Business of Real Estate Investing. We'll be taking this time to share with you, I'll be sharing with you the importance of funding and the types of funding that you need or should have as part of your real estate investing journey. Brandy will be talking about business formation and the things that you need to have in order to make sure your real estate investing business, because it is a business, is in good order from start to finish. So it is an event It will be limited. So we are going to at some point release a sign up page. TD Bank, the community room at the bank is only but so big. So we can only take 20, maybe 25 max participants. So be on the lookout for the link for that sign up to be at this event where you will walk away with something tangible. So in 2024, Brandon and I are focused on, if we have an event, we're not just having an event for you just to come and network and come and just receive information. No, we want you to come and leave with something tangible that you can use in your business, something to either get you started or something that will help you scale or get to the next level. So mark your calendars, January the 28th. That's a Sunday, 12 to 2 here in Charlotte at TD Bank on Wilkerson Boulevard. We are talking about the business of real estate investing. TD Bank leadership will be on hand as well. They will go into the details about the products and services that they have available to entrepreneurs from a funding standpoint. So they'll be talking about lines of credit. They'll be talking about business credit cards. So as far as I'm concerned, it's the only event that I've seen of this kind where we are inviting you to the bank to get funding set up for you. So whether you think you're ready or you're not ready, come see us so that we can get you together so you can have the things in order that you need from a business standpoint and a funding standpoint, so that you can get to start to invest in real estate in 2024. So next up, let's talk about a clear why. So I think it's safe to say that the number one reason that people go into business is to make money, right? I think that's fair. That reason is not going to keep you going. Like the money, the thought of making money, making lots of money, making some money, which is really not a clear goal anyway. So it's not going to sustain you through your journey when things get tough. In entrepreneurship, regardless of the industry, things are going to get hard. That just comes with the territory. I think that comes with life. There's going to be good times. There's not going to be not so good times. So another aspect of having a solid entrepreneurial mindset is to have a clear why, so that when things get difficult, you can revisit your why, and hopefully that will refuel you so that you can keep going. So your why, I can't tell you what your why is. Your why may be to leave a legacy and an inheritance for your children. Your why may be, I want to use this money to fund my retirement. I want to use this money to fund my travel around the world. I want to use this money for charity. Like I just want to make the money so I can give it to nonprofit organizations that do the work every day to help others. So write it down on a piece of paper, journal in your journal, wherever it's going to be convenient for you to go and reach for your why. Have it handy, because there's going to be some times where it's like, you know what, this is not worth it. I'm about to give up because I'm over it. You can't do that. We don't want you to do that. We want you to know that challenges come to teach you, not to stop you, right? God's delay is not God's denial.
Come on now.
When I ain't get to preaching tonight either.
Not tonight.
I'm leaving it right there. But Brandy, any thoughts on your why? I'm not sure if you're comfortable sharing what your why is, but just talk about the importance of having a why, a reason for doing what you do in business.
Yeah, my why has been consistent throughout the beginning, and my why is freedom. Anybody that knows me or follow me or seen me, you know that, I usually have my hands in a lot of things. But one of the biggest things I love to do is travel, explore, those type of things. And that's something that I was exposed to at a young age that I've always loved. So I knew that working a 9 to 5 and getting that 1 week off per year was not going to be enough for the lifestyle that I wanted for myself and also my family. So for me, it's freedom. I want to have the freedom to be able to come to any events that my kids have without any obligations. I want to be able to travel out the country for 2 weeks and not have to be stressed about getting back or do I have enough hours. It's just I want to have I want to have control to a certain extent of the thing that's most important to me, which is time, which is something you can't get back. Because if I lose money, that's nothing. That's a quick bump, bump, getting a deal out here, just to get that back. But that time that we're able to spend with ourselves, loved ones, so on and so forth, those are such precious moments that I feel like a lot of us take for granted. So for me, I want my why is freedom to be able to have time.
Yeah. Yeah. Similar. So my why is freedom, is financial freedom, not having to go to a nine to five, but having that as optional. We spend so much time on our jobs within our lifetime, they start to become a part of our identity. And when they are taken away from us, it's devastating. I never want to feel like if a company decided to lay me off, that my life is over because that income is now cut off. I wanted to be able to not only have income from a 9 to 5, but income from real estate investing and income from some other businesses as well as I've journeyed along. Um, the saying goes that your employer controls your salary, but you control your income. So there is nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5 and having your business on the side generating income for you. There is no limitation to how much income you can generate for you and your family. So, with that said, I know at some point I will own enough real estate where the income every month coming in will surpass what I make on my 9 to 5 by 2 or 3 times. I haven't decided yet what that magic number is for me to walk. I'm in no hurry to walk. 9 to 5 has treated me well. I'm good where I'm at for now. But just having the income from other resources coming in, it gives me comfort. It gives me peace in knowing that if the 9 to 5 says, Ashley, it's been real, but we got to let you go, I'll be fine. That's fine. Um, so that was one why. And another why is I want to be able to help my family comfortably. Like if my family needs something, I don't want it to be a hardship on me to give them what they need. And so I want to make sure that, you know, because I'm of the generation, I don't have children yet, but we're of the generation where you can get sandwiched in between taking care of your elderly parents and taking care of your children. So I don't have the children part yet, but where my parents, if they fall short, then I help. And I'm able to do that today comfortably. So where it's not that I have to, oh my God, try to go figure out how I'm going to help with this situation, because whatever they're bringing to me, it's not a light something. It's something that is going to have to be addressed, and it's going to have to be addressed financially, most likely. So I just want to be able to help my family comfortably and live the lifestyle that I want to live, as far as buying what I want to buy, traveling where I want to go. I keep giving you a hard time about getting up there in first class. Come on up here in fact first class. Like I did it, I crossed over, and I'm never going back. That's something that was important to me. And there's, a number of other examples of the way that I want to live my life. And having a lifestyle by design and not by default, it does take multiple income streams, in my opinion, or it does take a good amount of income. It can't be a situation where you are struggling to pay bills and also have the lifestyle that you want to live. They just don't go hand in hand. So you got to be able to generate income such that you aren't spending everything that you make every month, or you're not going in the negative by spending everything that you make and then putting some stuff on some credit cards. Like it's got to get to a place where you're generating enough income where you have reserves, where you're investing, where you're able to, save for specific reasons that we kind of went over earlier. So that why for me and Brandy, super important. Something that we revisit when times get tough, and something that we encourage you guys to do as well. And the last point before we wrap up for the evening, we don't want to hold y'all too long, but had to hit y'all with some good content here this evening to help you guys along your journey. So the last piece is on conversations. So when you are interacting with others, whether it's family, friends, coworkers? What type of conversations are you having? If you are constantly talking about, and no shade if this is your thing, but constantly talking about the real housewives of pick any city and what they got going on, their latest arguments, their latest purchases, their latest business ventures, that's a problem. If you're constantly talking about to your friend about your other friends, that's a problem. Like, we get super sucked into just like these kind of low level conversations, for lack of a better term, when we should be striving to be talking about um, business opportunities, where we should be talking about um, encouraging one another, whether it's about business or whether it's fitness goals that your friend is striving for. Let's talk about how I can support you towards getting to your goals. If that means me giving you a wake up call every morning, or me working out with you, or me holding you accountable when it comes to the eating habits, we need to get to a point where our conversations are high level conversations. And high level meaning that they're productive and not something that there is no fruit in, right? So last week, I text 5 of my friends and I asked them, in 2024, what is your target income goal, net of expenses? So what's that amount of money that you want coming into your pocket by the end of 2024 after all of your business endeavors? And amongst those 5 friends, the range was between $250,000 and $5 million. So I feel like I'm in good company, because mine was in that kind of 250 range. And I'm like, just asking them has made me step up my game, step up my goals. Now, we're all in different places along our entrepreneurial journey, but the point is, the conversation around what are your goals is a fruitful conversation. And that's my point. It doesn't matter if my goal is not to make 5 million net income. The goal is to be able to consistently have conversations with others that are working towards something. It's tough for me. I think it's tough for anyone to have the same conversations about that same dead end job that someone has been at and complains about day in and day out, but they're not working towards trying to put themselves in a better situation. So encourage you to have conversations that are fruitful and that are productive, and that put you in a better place, and also those around you, as much as that's possible. Brandy, any thoughts on conversations that you have, and what that looks like for you to make sure that you're having those conversations that not only help you become a better person, but help you in business?
Definitely. I feel like you killed a lot of key points that I would have said as well. But I would say the only thing I would add on the back end is having conversations about boundaries.
Mm.
When it gets into entrepreneurship, boundaries can be a tough thing. Boundaries with your staff, boundaries with family and friends, boundaries with your customers. So I always say, when you go into your business and when you start looking at the people who you're going to work with, all those things, make sure you have a clear idea of their role, not only in your business, but in your life as you move forward. Because if you go in with blurred lines, not knowing where they stand or how they move or how they work, those type of things, you setting yourself up for a world of surprises that you can really alleviate on the front end. So be clear. So I would say, number one, create boundaries. Two, be clear in your expectations in relationships. I got some people I just hang out with if I want to have a good time. I'm like, hey girl, what you doing? We going out. And they cool with that. They understand. I got some people that's my entrepreneur friends. If I'm hitting the entrepreneur roadblock, I know I can hit up my homegirls and homeboys that's in entrepreneurship to do that. So don't be afraid. I think we talked about this before. Don't be afraid to um communicate your needs and put people in buckets for your needs.
Mm.
And don't be ashamed, because everybody has a role in your life. Everybody is not there to be your business partner. Everybody is not there to be your social media manager. Everybody has a role. So I would say, make sure you communicate effectively and make sure you go into any business relationship with clear guidelines on expectations. and have these conversations off the rip. So that way, if anything doesn't line up, you're not getting into a position where you've invested time, money, and then y'all didn't hop in this thing and you like, oh, nah. Now you know up front, everybody knows the expectations. So if it's something that's not communicated or something that's overly communicated, but all parties involved can make sure they make the best decision, not only for your business, but you in your personal life as well.
Good. So before we wrap up, we're just gonna plug the event one more time. So January the 28th, 12 to 2, come out and meet Brandy and myself at TD Bank in Charlotte on Wilkerson Boulevard. We are having an event, the business of real estate investing, where I will be talking about the importance of funding in real estate investing. Brandy will be talking about business formation, and TD Bank leadership will be talking about the funding options that they have available for entrepreneurs. So come to the event and be in the environment. Come to the event and have positive conversations. You may come to the event and you might meet an accountability partner. That would be the most amazing thing. So we invite you to come out. Our goal is to give. Our goal is to make sure that when you leave, you are leaving with something that's going to help you in your journey. So with that said, Brandy, any closing thoughts that you have?
Nope. I did put in the comments the link, and it's a base link. It'll take you to this event in addition to additional events that are coming up. So please make sure you tune into that. And also, I'm dropping our hashtags. Our Instagram links. So please follow us on Instagram. We want to make sure that you guys are staying connected. Also, remember that this is a ongoing series in preparation for our January 28th event. So we will be back next week, 7 p.m., dropping gems on how to prepare for real estate investing. So if you missed today, don't worry, you'll be able to recap on all of our pages. But if you want to stay in the know and you really want to get your mind wrapped around on what's coming up January 28th, make sure you tune in next Wednesday, 7 p.m., same place, same time, everything. And we moving forward with educating our people on how to make money in real estate.
Boom. Love it.
All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all be safe. If you haven't followed us, please do. If you have not shared this live, please share it. We want to make sure we're connecting with everybody. But outside of that, y'all have a great night.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.